Fanatics is not good for fanatics. Let me just say this. I've always, from the beginning, when they announced that they're taking all the licenses, been red flag concerned about fanatics and what they're going to do to the hobby. And I say that because I look at what they did to the jersey market, you know, sports jerseys. I don't think it's a better market than it was in the past, just my opinion as a consumer. But I understand how they got there. And they're doing the same thing here in sports cards. And here's what I want people to understand. Every time someone says, oh, Panini, the Fanatics is going to buy Panini, Fanatics is going to buy PWCC, they're going to buy up the chain, they're going to own Monopoly. The Monopoly, guys, is not in the chain of all the stuff around the hobby. The Monopoly is in the name, image, and likeness. If you own the athlete, you own the supply. You own everything, right? Name, the image, the likeness, how it's used. They have the relations with the players' unions, the leagues, and now what you're hearing, Ruben is meeting one on one or one on many with these individuals. He went out and met Victor Wembanyama, right? The signing. He was at the rookie premiere, meeting with those key quarterbacks that's been discussed with Peyton Manning. Why is he doing that? Well, first thing I'm gonna tell you is he's selling a dream. He's selling a vision where it's a win-win-win. And I'm telling you, he's telling you that in the sense you can win, young athlete. I'm going to win, and the collector's going to win. The fan's going to win. It's a win-win-win. Now, is it true? I would argue it's not. I think it's probably very much a win for Fanatics, regardless, because the athlete fails, they have the name, image, and likeness. They're going to profit off them. If the player does well, they're going to profit off them. The collector, they don't give a shit about. And let me explain to you why. Mike on Retro Hoops brought this up when he talked about the licensing of the quarterbacks and the autographs. And this is not the first time it's happened, right? LeBron James is exclusive to Upper Deck. Ben Simmons decided to be exclusive to Upper Deck. And that changed Prism basketball, right? One player. So we've had a precedent of people being exclusive, and we've seen that impact on the card market. But there's always been, I guess, a little bit of camaraderie, like or respect amongst the competition. In this instance, though, you can tell Fanatics is definitely going after Panini with it's a kill blow. We're going to take away what we think is key to you, and that's the autograph of these athletes. We're going after them. How Panini responds, I'll get into in a little bit in another video, but that is key. That's not cooperative, and it's definitely competitive. And again, I love the competition, but it's at who's lost. Like Panini's not going to lose money off this. Panini's not going to go tomorrow. You're right. You got the quarterbacks. I'm done. I'm going to quit making quarterback products now. No, they're going to print more. They're going to just go at it from a different angle. They've got a number to meet, and they just don't have the autographs to help them meet that number. So who's going to pay? The confused, ignorant, unwilling, unknowing consumer in the market. And I mean that in the sense that how's a consumer going to do between, oh, this autograph is not on a licensed player union card, so it's not his true rookie card. I know that, for example, when my dad went out and bought a rookie card for my son, excuse me, years ago, he overpaid for that card. He overpaid for the card, okay? But he went in there and said, I want to get a card for my grandson. What do you recommend? And the dealer there at the local card store sold him an overpriced card. Now, ironically, that card did come up in value as, Curry had a great year. But my point to this is that is what you're going to see. Most consumers are going to be coming in. They're not going to care about the licensing and the players union and all this stuff. They're going to say, hey, I want an autographed rookie card. I want a rookie card. There's going to be confusion in the market. So money will be made. And in the long term, what that means is 5 years from now, I think when you look at the values of stuff that are going to be coming out in the next few years, it's uncertain what will be that holds value. I'll say that. I don't know. Is it the rookie autograph card without the licensed jersey? But it's the first time that this player, signed on-card autos? I don't know. Is it the Prism Monopoly football that I bet you will come out? Because again, if I'm Monopoly, if I'm Prism, if I'm Panini, I'm looking at this going, I'm making tons of money off of a no auto product right now that was a fluke in many ways. So I can do that again with football. I've got the player licenses. Heck, if I'm Upper Deck, if I'm Fanatics, they're looking at that model going, the consumer right now is trained that we'll take dense numbered card hits over autographs anyway, or game worn relics. Now, the purists will come out and go, oh, that's crazy. You guys have been brainwashed. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. I'm a purist. I think it's ridiculous that we'll pay this much money for these color cards, right? These non-autographs. I've always said the rookie year and the autograph, but I'd be a fool to not recognize that money can be made, that there's an opportunity here. There's uncertainty. So what's my point? Why am I making this video? I think mainly as a record, so I can say down the road, look, I told you Fanatics is not good for the hobby. And I can tell you down the road that, look, See what they did. They caused a lot of uncertainty, and this was worth more than that. For example, I love the Panini basketball set, the Monopoly set. I don't think you're ever going to see a set like that because it will be copied but not duplicated, or duplicated but not copied. But, I mean, they'll screw up the next one. But it's a very good, dense, grassroots, organic set that did not go through distribution. That went through some unusual channels. I would say that, and it's very, very, very popular amongst the collectors in the community. If they did that in football, it would be equally as popular. Now, unfortunately, everybody would get a sniff of it first, and I think it would be exploited on its distribution down to the consumer, which is what bothers me. This is why this basketball one, I just love that. Um, there's another thought I had here. Autographs. I think now we're going to start to see how important they are. Because I do think, again, Fanatics is going to drive a premium up on those autographs. When I've been to signing events and you see Fanatics exclusive autographs always cost more. And if you get enough of those, like, for example, here's my thought on that. Today, if you look at all the stars in sports, they're all over the place. But 10 years from now, if Fanatics is able to start signing up all these new rookies coming into the major leagues, let's say they got Bedard, they got Victor Wembanyama, and they get, these quarterbacks, and they do it every year for the next 10 years, they are going to dominate the name, image, likeness, the autograph market. They're going to dominate the memorabilia market. They're going to dominate collectible market. And I bet you that is part of what Ruben is selling to the athletes who sit down with him. He's saying, you've got a long career in front of you, young man. You got 10 years in the sports league. I've got a 10-year plan on how we're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars together. And it starts with, I need you to control your autographs. They need to put value on them. Don't be signing for everybody. I think that education's coming. Very similar, like the player worn material, right, guys? The reason manufacturers were able to put player worn, game worn material into stuff is because it existed. It wasn't being used. It was sitting on the ground. The Dream Team threw their jerseys on the ground in 1992 and walked out. Okay. In 2023, if a napkin box gets left in a game where a guy scores a scoring record, it's going to find its way on an auction site. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, hope this made sense. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my new channel, Hobby News Daily. We're going to put out a lot more content there. We're going to continue the daily content as well, and breaking news stories, comments, thoughts, and opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, below, all that stuff. Just, tell me what you think, guys.